everybody, and welcome to the Active Love podcast. My name is Alyssa, and I'm here with my mom, Heidi. And today we're here with Angeli Skalberg, who is an adoptive mother. She wrote a really cute children's book that we are so excited to share for you. And she's just been so kind as to just kind of chat with us about her book, her adoption story, and just whatever she's willing to share.
Yes.
So we are excited to hear from her.
Yeah, thank you for coming on and
Thank you.
story. So,
Thank you guys.
yeah, you were telling us a little bit, and so if you want to go over what you just told us
Sure.
about your, adoption story and
Kind of what led you to write your
yeah,
book
yeah,
and
and then
all
about
that
your
good
book.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, sure. Yeah, so we have four biological children, and our youngest is adopted from Ethiopia almost 13 years ago now.
Mhm.
But when she was little, I had a hard time finding an adoption story that would really help launch me into sharing my own adoption story, and her story.
Mhm.
And so it kind of got put on my heart way back then to, well, maybe write one, but life
Mhm.
gets busy and you're raising kids and you just stays back there.
No time.
Yeah. But I just kept, pursuing it every once in a while. And I was really wanting to write a story that would help that transition into talking about adoptions and all those conversations at a young age.
Mhm.
Just really easy, like a trampoline. You're reading the story and then you can just jump off and start sharing your own story.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And that's really what was on my heart
yeah.
when I first started writing it.
Okay. And so you said that how long ago your daughter's 13?
Well, she's
Oh,
14 right now.
14.
Yep.
Okay.
And she came home. We were able to bring her home when she was about 10 months.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
Oh,
so, yeah, so the story started a long time ago.
yes. Yeah. So what made you do? So I'm going to go back a little bit to your adoption story. You went international. So was there a reason you went international and
When God
married
put
an
it on our
American?
hearts to adopt,
Hmm.
and that's a really long story.
Mhm.
How we got to that point with having, four already.
Yeah.
But when he did, that was probably the easiest decision of all of it. I just knew. Honestly, I knew it would be somewhere in Africa. Africa's
Mhm.
always been in my heart. I used to,
Yeah.
I'd hoped to be a medical missionary doctor over there, actually.
Okay.
And then life changed. But so when God told us to adopting from Africa was like, it was almost like a no-brainer. I don't know how to explain it. It's just,
Yeah.
I knew that's where we would go.
Yeah. That's where your baby was.
Yes.
She
Yep.
was
So
just
she
in
was.
Africa. So, and how was that process for you? I mean, because that was a while ago. Was it difficult? Because most of our adoptions, I think, well, through our agency, we do domestic only. We've had people on that have done international adoptions, but it's a completely different process than doing it internationally. So can you tell people a little bit about that process that you had gone through?
Sure. We were extremely blessed. It really was smooth sailing for us. I mean, God's hand was just in it every step of the way.
Hmm.
So we were able to complete our home study and the training courses and all of that very quickly. And
Hmm.
so the whole process, we started end of January of 2011.
Okay.
And by July of 2012, um, we had a referral, a little bit. There was a little baby girl, 4 months old.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then back then, you had to go. My husband and I had to fly over to Ethiopia and to sign documents in court. You could no longer do it like, through a lawyer over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So we went in October, and then the rest of her papers were ready to go, and she was ready to come home in January of 2013. So it took almost exactly 2 years for us,
Okay.
which was pretty fast. We had other people over there at the same time who had been in
Mhm.
this, process for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
But then shortly within a year after we brought her home, Ethiopia closed their doors to adoption.
Okay. Oh,
And so they're now a closed country to adoption.
no. Oh, so it was perfect timing.
It was.
I mean, literally. So
Yeah, it
that's
was.
crazy. I didn't know that they closed shortly after that and haven't
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what a blessing because there were people that were in the process and they didn't
Yeah.
get to bring their little one home, which
Oh,
was just
That's
that would,
heartbreaking.
yeah, that would be,
heartbreaking.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
that would be heartbreaking. So
Yeah,
it
it was
sounds
hard.
like you knew the agency and everything. You kind of already knew where to go and,
Well,
or knew
backing
someone.
up through the adoption story, I we had started back in about 5 months prior to that January, kind of looking at the adoption process
Mhm.
and finding I wanted to find a Christian adoption agency.
Yeah.
And we had some friends who had recently adopted over in Thailand. And so we reached out to them, and it was one of the agencies they had recommended. And
Oh,
so I looked into that. And so I was able to just quickly contact them and start the process. And then they actually went bankrupt and closed their doors within months after we got home. So
oh,
there again, the
wow.
timing
It's all
was,
timing. It was
yeah,
all crazy. Yeah. I
yeah.
believe that that's how it works anyway. So you
Yeah.
kind of,
All happens
Yep,
for a reason.
God knows
that's
where your
right.
children are coming from.
Right.
He does.
And
Yep.
when, and
Yeah.
when. So was your daughter, was she excited when you told her you wanted to write this book?
She was. And I was excited because I wanted her to be a part of it.
Yeah,
And so I would ask her a few things here and there and questions, and I wanted her to be as much a part of it as I could. And so
yeah.
there's different things in the story. Like, I'm like, what do you want the little llama to look like? And she's like, well, I want it to have spots and to have some curly hair on top. And
Mhm.
so she
Cute.
kind of helped me in different aspects of it and a few of the questions in it and things like that. So that
Yeah,
was neat. She was
that,
very supportive.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Alyssa was just looking at the book that she pulled it up because I sh was showing it to her and she was like, look how
It's so
cute.
cute. The picture is like the little brown llama with the curly hair. I think the
Yeah,
artwork is
yeah.
adorable.
Oh,
She
thanks. So
really
that
likes
was,
the artwork.
oh,
Yeah.
good.
And
Thank you. Thank
yeah,
you.
so then it just it just walks people through your experience of how you guys met each other, or
It,
what's the story basically go by? I mean, your whole
you know,
adoption story, or
a little bit. There's a little bit where people come, where the llamas live and they check their barn and their fields, kind of like, where you would jump off and talk about a home study and
mm-hmm.
how you had to have your home study done. So that's kind of a jump off. Um, and then the little llama also asks, well, I wanted to highlight the courage and the bravery, the love the birth mom had in the adoption choice.
Yeah,
And that was really important to me that there is loss and there is pain in the beginning,
yeah,
the adoption story, but there's love. The
yeah,
choice of adoption as a mom and a mom's heart to make that choice,
yeah,
that's wrapped in love. And that was really important that I wanted as the adoption conversations start, that your adopted child can see, hey, my mom, birth mom,
yeah,
chose love in this choice.
yeah.
And
Mm.
so that was really an important part of the book to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the little llama, asks the mama llama, do you think she wonders about me? And I'm like, absolutely. A mama that loves you is going to wonder about you. And so I wanted this story to help adopted kids be proud to be adopted.
Yeah,
I'm we live in a really little town in Wyoming, but there's a lot of adopted kids
yeah.
in
Mhm.
this little town. But
Mhm.
I find there's a negative tone, almost ashamed to say I'm adopted,
Oh,
Yeah.
and that broke my heart.
yeah,
And so as I was writing this, that became important to me that to start those conversations early, like there's love wrapped around this choice that your birth mom made. And
yeah,
you can be proud to be adopted. You've had two mamas that loved you.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
And so that's really the storyline.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
that's true. I think that that's. I mean, m my children have a different perspective because I work at an adoption agency. Now she does too.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
kind of been just like ingrained in us that it's just another way that families are made. Like we
Yeah.
just
well,
don't see it as any different. It's just,
yeah. And then, yeah, I come from a family of 10. So there's two biological and then 10 adopted children.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Kathy Kunkel that founded A Act of Love Adoptions is my mother. So her
Okay.
grandmother too.
yeah.
So
Mm.
it's just, I mean, it's just our
Yeah, it's
life.
just like so
So
normalized for
yeah,
us too. And it also makes me sad, like you said, that kids like look at adoption as like shameful.
yeah,
Yeah.
These stories,
Yeah.
like I found out I was adopted and now I feel weird. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, why? That's just
Right.
who you are. That's like nothing to, it's not a
mhm,
bad thing. You just came to your family a different way. So I can definitely see why books like this and just that early intervention is just so important. So they have like a better
Yes.
understanding of like who that's just a part of your story and
Yeah, and to be proud of it. There
yeah.
should be no shame in being
yeah,
adopted. It's a beautiful thing.
yeah, it
And
is. It
yeah.
is. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I we got through your story so quickly. I don't know what else to ask you, but I appreciate you coming on and sharing your information about your book, and we will give out your information in our links so that people connect to your book. I saw it was on Amazon, and then was there somewhere else it was
Yep.
available?
Barnes and Noble online.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
so both
okay. So
places.
then we will have people go there to get it. And we appreciate you taking the time and coming
Oh,
on and talking about your story and your book. That is
well, thank
adorable.
you.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
yeah,
Everybody
So,
goes.
Alyssa, where are you adopted from?
I was adopted, me and my biological sister, we were adopted from an agency in Texas. And I
Okay.
was in foster care for like a couple months
yeah, a month.
before, like a month
Okay.
before
Yeah.
my parents got me.
Yeah. So her we got Alyssa and then her and her sister are just 10 and a half months apart.
Okay.
So we got Alyssa and then yeah, 10 and a half months later we got Kendra.
Wow.
So
That was a busy house, right?
yes. Yeah,
That's
it
awesome.
was all quick. But
That is.
yeah, and they
So
were
where are
just
you? Are you guys out of Salt Lake or where are you?
yeah,
Okay.
we're about 20 minutes from Salt Lake. We're just in Sandy, Utah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
just close to Salt Lake. But the girls were born in Texas. And then
That's
I have
awesome.
a son that was born here in Utah, and then my youngest was from Alabama. So
Okay.
all four of our children are adopted. So got two
That-
girls, two boys.
That's really neat. So how old were you when you came to this family?
She was 6 weeks
Wow. Okay. That's
when I
awesome.
got her. So and then
Yeah.
Kendra was a little bit. She was 2 months because she was well, they both were preemies,
Yeah.
but and then Christopher was right out of the hospital because he was here in Utah, and Zach was 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, but that's
Is
because they're in the States. So
is domestic adoption, is it pretty similar to
um
international?
no, not well, there's a lot of paperwork, but not as much duplicated paperwork and all of the stuff that you have to do with yours.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, some of it's similar. The
Okay.
one thing about I don't know how they worked it with yours, but for a birth mom to select a family here, we have her you write a birth parent letter, and that's how she selects a family
Okay.
for the baby. I don't know how. Usually, it's children in orphanages and stuff like that, right? In
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
countries. So I
Yeah.
actually have two sisters that are from Korea that were adopted
Okay.
from Korea. So I kind of know a little bit about that process. With the one, she was 6 months when we got her,
Okay.
but yeah, so in the States it's different. And then there's a relinquishment time. So before you can
Right.
finalize your adoption here, you don't have
That I
to.
think would we have some friends who adopted domestically.
Mhm.
And to me, that would be one of the hardest
Yes.
parts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be rough. That would be
Yeah.
rough.
It it's hard. I think that when you go into it, you think that, oh, this bad thing can happen, and really it's not about that. It's more about making sure that I think I always say I think it was for people that adopted older children more in foster care situations because it's really to make sure that the child's thriving in its new environment
That's true.
with the family. And so
Yeah.
when you're doing newborns and stuff, you don't really have, you know, disruptive
Yeah.
placements because of that.
Yeah.
Because we mostly do newborns.
Okay.
So it's not as a scary thing, and it's not really just depends on the state you go in, but as far as the relinquishment placement thing, it's not really that the birth mom can has that amount of time to change her mind. So it's just those little
It's a little
things.
different.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and every
Awesome.
state's different, so
So
they can.
you guys both work with the adoption agency.
Yes.
Yes,
That's awesome. That's
And my
really neat.
my sister does too.
yeah, my
Okay.
other daughter does too. So, and then
That's
my other sister works here too. My sister works here.
so it's a family run
It
affair.
is.
It
A
is.
lot of us have come and gone working here too.
Yeah, yeah, and well, the ones that are married of us older kids, we've all adopted. So the
Yeah,
four
that's
the
neat.
four girls out of the family, all four of us have adopted.
That's
So,
awesome.
it
Hmm.
was how my whole family was created. So luckily,
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's really neat. That's
yeah.
neat.
So, but thanks again.
Awesome. All right.
We appreciate it. Do you have any more questions for us? I mean,
No, no, no,
You just
it's just
have just like one message you
yeah,
want to
there
give
we go.
out to any adopted families, adoptees, anybody looking? Like, what was one thing that you would just like everybody to know?
oh wow. Um, I just think I would say adoption really is a choice of life, but it's a choice of love. It really does have it's wrapped in love
Yeah,
and uh and that's something to be proud of. You can be proud of that.
that's true.
Definitely.
That's really, yeah, that's a really good.
No shame in it. Every
No,
family's different. Everybody looks different.
Right.
yeah,
Yep. Yep. It's a beautiful thing.
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
love that.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks,
Um,
guys.
she's gonna
Yeah,
close us out, and then we'll let you go. And yeah, thank you. I know that was like a little. We're all like just thinking, yeah, love is a.
just
That's what it is. So adoption's love. That's
mm,
kind of why we have the podcast is to so people don't feel like that, it's not something to be ashamed of and
yeah,
that birth parents do love their children and choose this, because
Yeah.
of that reason.
yeah, just
And,
kind of like what you were saying before. There is unfortunately a lot of negativity that is being
Yeah.
that is said around adoption. Like
yeah,
you see a lot more negative than positive. So
yeah,
what
Yeah.
you're doing is great. We love
yeah,
to see that you're like helping educate kids at a young age so they don't see that
yeah.
negativity and just take that and hold
Good.
on to it so they can just
Yeah.
care.
And
I
be
hope not.
quiet. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I hope that really I hope that sets them free. Do you guys have a book? I'll send you a book. Do you have
No,
one?
no, we
Oh,
don't
we
have
would
one. We
love
would love
one.
one. Yeah, we would love one.
Well, I'll get your yeah,
Okay.
send me your address,
Okay,
Heidi, and
I will
I'll
email it to
send
you.
you one.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
appreciate that. Yes. And then and we can when you send us one too, we do have a bookshelf here that we
Okay.
can put it in there too for people that our families can come and look at too.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, will do.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you again so much. And everybody make sure to check out her book from Amazon, Barnes and Noble. We'll make sure to put all of her links below. And if you want to learn more about adoption or hear more real adoption stories like hers, you can visit our website at www.actloveadoptions.com.
All
Thank
right.
you again.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Okay, see ya.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.